Right, so this is First Kings chapter 2, verse 34. So Benaiah, the son of Jehoiada, went up and fell upon him, and slew him, and he was buried in his own house in the wilderness. And then here, number 35. And the king put Benaiah, the son of Jehoiada, in his room over the host. And Zadok, so Benaiah became the captain of the place instead of Joab, because Joab was the captain of the host. He was the captain after he did all that shit. They still made him captain because he was a man of war. He even saved King David. Joab did that. Yeah, Joab did that. King David, when King David was wounded by the brother of Goliath and also his children. You had the brother of Goliath and also his children came to fight against the Israelites. And of course, they were ridiculous giants, ridiculously large. And and the king Solomon put Benaiah, Numbers 25 and 11. Let me see, 25, 11. Numbers 25 and 11. I think it's here. Yeah. Numbers chapter 25, verse 11. Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, had turned my wrath away from the children of Israel, while he was zealous for my sake among them, that I consumed not the children of Israel in my jealousy. Because if you read this chapter, the Israelites were worshiping the gods of the women of Midian. But Balaam, the other Balaam, he put them to it. I'm still trying to find it. Wait, sorry. Balaam. Numbers, yeah. But I think you had one in what? Yeah, sorry, I'm looking for something where here it is. No, that's not it. That's not it. Yeah, I'm still trying to look for the Benjamite. This is all Balaam, talking about Balaam of Mesopotamia, but I'm still looking for the Balaam of Benjamin. Anyway, okay, sorry. But that I consumed not the children of Israel in my jealousy. So they were serving basically idols, and the Lord wanted to kill him. But Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest, killed them. Killed the Israelite that was bringing this woman, the Midianite woman, that was bringing idols into the place, and the sons of Israel started to follow after them. Wherefore say, behold, I give unto him my covenant of peace. So for that he did, the killing that he did, and that he killed the woman and he killed the Israelite man, he killed them both, and the Lord loved him for that. And the Lord said, I will give unto him my peace, my covenant of peace. So that's forever, okay? Until this day. So going on, so it says right here, and he shall have it, and his seed after him, see? And the covenant of an everlasting priesthood. Damn. That's what he got, right? Because he was zealous for his power, Yahweh, and made an atonement for the children of Israel. He made it good again by killing the evil in the midst of them. Right? So, okay, so I'm going to get back to that one later. So going back to over here. Right, so it says here, 1 Kings chapter 2, verse 35. And the king put Benaiah, the son of Jehoiada, in the room over the host. In his room, over the host. So he became captain instead of Joab. And Zadok, the priest, did the king put in the room of Abiathar. And Zadok is a descendant of that. He got that blessing. That the one that I just read. It's one of his descendants, Zadok. I have a few other scriptures that will show you that that is talking about what I just said. It was talking about, and you can see that here. So, verse 36. And the king sent and called for Shimei, and said unto him, build thee an house in Jerusalem, and dwell there, and go not forth thence any whither. So King Solomon told Shimei, and Shimei was the one that cursed. Here. Shimei is the one that cursed King David. So 2 Samuel chapter 16, verse 5. And when King David came to Bahurim, behold, thence came out a man of the family of the house of Saul, which is the family of Saul. He was a family member of them, whose name was Shimei, the son of Gera. He came forth, and cursing still as he came. So he cursed King David, and King David allowed him to curse him. He allowed him, if you read on further. He said, basically, I deserve this because of what I have done. I deserve this. And he allowed them. But it is also said later on, well, I'll read that later on. I think I have it here. No, I don't have it here. Let me see, maybe I have it here. Oh yeah, I do have it here. Okay, I'll read that later. So he cursed them, right? You cursed the king. Okay. But King David allowed it because Joab wanted to kill him right there. And then King David again had to tell him, why are you making it difficult for me on Joab and Abishai? Come on, man. Leave him alone. I told you, don't kill him. And then they walked on. But Joab and Abishai was itching to kill him, actually, since then. And then later they asked again. They asked the king again, King, can we kill him? And then the king said, no, we cannot kill him today. Here. Let me see. Here. Okay. Verse 2 Samuel 19. 2 Samuel 19. 2 Samuel 19 here. Sorry. 2 Samuel 16 and let me see. 6. And he cast stones at David, and at all the servants of the king, of King David. And all the people and all the mighty men were on his right hand and on his left. You playing with death, my friend. Like, but he was stupid. Man, I don't know what the hell was in his head. He was angry. I'll just say that. You know, either you're brave or stupid. Maybe both. Maybe both. You know. And thus said Shimei when he cursed, come out, thou bloody man, thou man of Belial. Basically, you man of Satan, you full of murder and stuff like that. Verse 9, then said Abishai, the son of Zeruiah, unto the king, why should this dead dog curse my king, my lord the king? Let me go, if I pray thee, and take off his head. And the king said, what have I to do with you, ye sons of Zeruiah? So they was troubling him. And it was not a one simple thing. It was most likely an argument because, no, I want to kill him right now. He said some things he shouldn't have said. Listen, man. Hey, somebody get him out of here. Get him out of here. Stuff like that, you know? Like a little bit of trouble. Wasn't listening. Just like Joab also wasn't listening. Always had to make trouble with them. They're very difficult to work with. Very forward to work with. And some people take pride therein. If I call you forward, me, myself, personally, don't think that it's a prideful thing. I'm looking at you like, boy, you. The Lord need to deal so with you too. you know. So anyway, but I'm not somebody. I'm not anybody. I just say it, you know, not like, oh shit, he said it, now it holds weight. No, no, no. I just said, like, if I say it as a personal me, if I look at you like, hey, this guy's fucking irritating to work with, then you should consider yourself like, hey, I don't think you should be forward with things, with nearly everything. Anyway, so going on. And the king said, what have I to do with you, ye sons of Zeruiah? So it was not only him. It was not only Joab. Sorry, here. It was not only Joab. It was Abishai too. He was also kind of irritating to work with too. So let him curse, because Yahweh had said unto him, curse David. Who shall then say, wherefore hast thou done so? Right? And basically, let him alone, let him curse, for Yahweh had bidden him. So King David accepted it. And he said, maybe the Lord will look upon my affliction after that he had cursed me. And believe me, that curse did work. It doesn't specifically actually explain what the curse did, but when King David was on his deathbed, he said, kill him. Kill him for what he did to me. You know? So he still... The reason I'm laughing is because it's funny, because he probably didn't know that it was going to be such an irritating curse. Something irritated him to where on his deathbed he said, deal with him wisely and don't make him grow old. Basically, kill that man for me. Kill him what he did. Bastard cursed me. So it says right here, verse 8, 1 Kings chapter 2, verse 8. And behold, thou hast with thee Shimei, the son of Gera, I just read about him, a Benjamite of Bahurim. 2 Samuel 16 told you that King David went there, which cursed me with a grievous curse. So he did curse him. In the day when I went to Mahanaim. But he came down to meet me at Jordan. So later on, he came to meet him at Jordan, right? And I swear to him by Yahweh, saying, I will not put thee to death with the sword. Now therefore, hold him not guiltless. For thou art a wise man, Solomon. He was talking to Solomon. And knowest what thou oughtest to do with him. But his hoar head, his gray head, bring thou to the grave with blood. Kill him. Don't let him like die in an accident or old age. No. Kill him so that his blood will be spilled. That's what I want you to do. I want you to do that. But do it wisely too. And oh boy, did Solomon do it wisely. And I'm going to read about it right now. Because now going back to over here. Because he said, wait. Let me get the other one. Where was that again? Numbers. Yeah, this one. Okay, so now no, I already read that. Let me see. 20, I think it was 20. So now go into the book of 2 Samuel chapter 20. No, this was the other Benjamite. He hated the king, King David. We have no part in him. Yeah, he hated him. That's not what I want. I want the other part where he was actually the crowned king. And then... Okay, here he cursed David. Oh, man. Sorry, right. This is actually what I wanted. Now, this is the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 19, verse 16. And Shimei, the son of Gera, a Benjamite, which was of Bahurim, hasted and came down with the men of Judah to meet King David. Now, this was after that he cursed him, and then after that Absalom died. So he became king again, right? And there were 1,000 men of Benjamin with him. So Shimei didn't go alone. And Zibi, Ziba, the servant of the house of Saul, which was the servant of the house of Saul, and his 15 sons and his 20 servants with him. So he was a servant, but he had also other servants, of course, with him. And they went over Jordan before the king, King David. And there went over a ferry boat to carry over the king's household, his family. Yeah, the king's family. Right, and to do what he thought good. And Shimei, the son of Gera, fell down before the king. And he was come, or as he was come over Jordan, the river Jordan, and said unto the king, Let not my lord impute iniquity unto me, neither do thou remember that which thy servant did perversely the day that my lord the king went out of Jerusalem, that the king should take it to his heart. Well, he did take it to heart, kid. He did take it to heart. He did take it to heart. For thy servant doth know that I have sinned. How did he sin? Well, I'll get to that later. Therefore, behold, I am come the first this day of all the house of Joseph to go down to meet my lord, the king. So he says from the house of Joseph, he's not from the house of Joseph. It clearly says he's from Benjamin, clearly. But these people, they clinged onto the house of Joseph. You could say they did not cling onto the house of Judah because they hated it. And I had another example of another mother buster that also hated King David and the house of David. As you can see it here, sorry. He also hated them because he hated them. He hated the house of Judah. And the house of Ephraim kind of had that hatred also for the house of Judah to a certain degree, not 100%, but they was somewhat against them. They somewhat against the house of Judah, right? And Benjamin thought, yeah, my enemy's enemy is my friend. That's what he thought. 2 Samuel 20:1. And there happened to be there a man of Bel-Air, whose name was Sheba, the son of Bichri, a Benjamite. And he blew a trumpet and said, We have no part in David, neither have we inheritance in the son of Jesse, which goes into Judah eventually still. Every man to his tent, O Israel. He was like, let's leave. Ain't nobody feasting because we don't want to have nothing to do with David. And we don't want to have nothing to do with Jesse and the descent and his ancestry. So we don't want to have nothing to do with Judah. So every man of Israel, went up from David, from the house of David also, and followed Sheba, the son of Bichri. But the men of Judah, see only Judah, right, clave unto the king, from Jordan even to Jerusalem. So that was the reason why he was called, I came first of the house of Joseph. That is the house of Israel. That is what it is. Joseph is the house of Israel. And you had the house of Joseph, and then you have the house of Judah. Those two houses is actually until this day. But now it is called the kingdom of Ephraim, and the other one is called the kingdom of Judah, as you can see here. 1 Kings chapter 12 also explains that to you. Sorry, wait. Made a mistake. 1 Kings chapter 12 also explains that to you. Concerning Judah and Benjamin, and then Ephraim and the rest of the 10 tribes. Levi was not a tribe yet. And Dan was also in the midst of the northern kingdom. Ezekiel 37 and 16. I'll start at 15. The word of Yahweh came again unto me, saying unto Ezekiel, Moreover, thou son of man, he was also called thou son of man, just like Abishai. Take thee a stick. I think Jeremiah was also called thou son of man. I'm not sure, but Ezekiel was it. I'm reading it right here. He was often called thou son of man. In the book of Ezekiel chapter 2 also. Yeah, chapter 2. Take thee one stick and write upon it, for Judah, and for the children of Israel, his companions. Then take another stick and write upon it, for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, and for all the house of Israel, his companions. So here you can see that Judah belonged, and his companion was actually only one. And that you can read here. 1 Kings chapter 12 verse 10. No, 20. And it came to pass when all Israel, which is the house of Joseph, which is the house of Ephraim, I'm going to read it here once more again. For Joseph, then you need to write the stick of Ephraim. That is the stick of Joseph, which is the tribes of Joseph, which is the house of Joseph. The tribes with an S, because he is one tribe. But then, tribes is talking about his companions. That's what I mean with tribes. And then you have here, which is 1 Kings chapter 12, verse 20. And it came to pass when all Israel heard that Jeroboam was come again. Jeroboam was of Joseph, the house of Joseph. That they sent and called him unto the congregation and made him king over all Israel, which is over all Joseph, the 10 tribes. There was none of them, that followed the house of David, but the tribe of Judah only. So only the tribe of Judah followed the individual house of David, for that was their king. Going on. And when Rehoboam was come to Jerusalem, Rehoboam is the son of King Solomon. So Jeroboam is the servant of Solomon, but he is of the house of Joseph. The chapter before this explains that to you. Let me go back to over here, 21. And when Rehoboam was come to Jerusalem, which is the son of King Solomon, of the house of David is he also. Thus, he assembled all the house of Judah with the tribe of Benjamin, 180,000 chosen men which were warriors, to fight against the house of Israel, which is the house of Joseph, which is the house of Ephraim also. To bring the kingdom again to Rehoboam, the son of Solomon. They wanted to bring the kingdom to the house of David. And Rehoboam was also afraid of that. He was like, shit, I'm going to lose the kingdom. Because he says it right here. And Rehoboam is Judah. And Jeroboam is Joseph, which is Ephraim. It's the same thing. Here, that's on 26. So 1 Kings 12:26. And Rehoboam said in his heart, now shall the kingdom return to the house of David. Because he was afraid. He was like, shit, I'm going to lose the kingdom. I'm going to lose the power for these people. But yeah, let me go on. So that's that part. So he also was a piece of feces fighting against the king, just like Shimei. So yeah. So let me read on. So 2 Samuel chapter 19 verse. That the king should take it to heart. He did take it to heart, Shimei. He did. You found out later on. He did take it to heart. Verse 20. So 2 Samuel 19 verse 20. For thy servant doth know that I have sinned. Therefore, behold, I am come this day of all the house of Joseph to go down to meet my lord the king. But Abishai, here it comes again, but Abishai the son of Zeruiah answered and said, shall not Shimei be put to death for this? So he wanted to kill him back then in 2 Samuel 16. Here, he wanted to kill him here. He said it right here. Let me see. Where was it? Here, Abishai said, how dare this dead dog curse the king? And then the king said, what have I to do with ye, O sons of Zeruiah? So he said that there in 2 Samuel 16. And then here in 2 Samuel chapter 19, verse 21, but Abishai, the son of Zeruiah, wow, okay, whatever, answered and said, I'm going to just leave it. Shall not Shimei be put to death for this, because he cursed the Lord's anointed, Yahweh's anointed? And David said, he said it again, He said it again. He said the same thing that he said here. Oh man, what did I just do? This one? Yeah. Sorry about all this. It's not. I'm never organized. I'm telling you that. That's crazy. Okay, he said it right here again. Here, he said, "What have I to do with you, ye sons of Zeruiah?" You know, because Abishai wanted to kill him right then and there when he cursed him at that moment in time. And then later on, he said it again. Abishai the son of Zeruiah. And then King David said, "What have I to do with you, ye sons of Zeruiah, that ye should this day be an adversary unto me?" See, I told you that it was not something that was just an, how you call that thing? Like a little squirmish thing. It was kind of troubly. It was big trouble. Like he needed to be holding back and something like that, you know. Hey, let me go. Let me go. Let me get him. You know, somebody need to hold. He's a man of war, so he's a very strong dude. For you to hold him back, he gotta really hold back. Like, damn, this guy is, yo, calm down, man. He didn't want to calm down. I know a beast like that, actually. He doesn't want to listen. Always screaming and shit. You always got to calm down. I'm looking at you like, man, I'm going to chop your fucking head off once that time comes. Because I'm thinking about it like, motherfucker, this guy, they don't want to listen. When you tell him like, hey, calm down. He don't calm down. He don't. You know, you start thinking like, smoke this guy. You know? Because I'm sure King David wanted to put his ass to death too. Because he was angry, man. He was bothering him. He was doing it the whole time. Anyway, so basically, do you want to be my enemy today too? Why don't you stop it? Why don't you listen? You know. Anyway, that's why King David said on his deathbed, he said, "Remember what they did to me. Remember, they murdered my son. They gave me a lot of trouble. Back and forth fighting. Back and forth arguing. They had their secret councils. They had their... a council means this one. Council. They had their secret advice amongst each other. Murderous. Their secret little, sneaky little, you know, friends politics and stuff like that. A little politicking. A bunch of caucuses, you know, they did that, and he was angry about that because they did it behind his back often, very often. They loved doing it. He didn't like that. King David did not. He did not like that. Of course he didn't. Almost blood came up on his family, so he was like, no, kid, no, the blood need, no, you need to die for that. Your families need to turn into lepers. Your descendants need to have dick problems. Your descendants need to be poor. How about that? How about starving to death, begging? How about your descendants need to be lepers, but your caucus skin motherfuckers? How about that? He put all the curses on them. He's like, fuck that shit. You ain't cursing me, devil. You need to get cursed. He was tired of that shit that day. He was like, no, I'm not gonna accept this one. May the curses of their blood come upon your head. Yeah? You're not going to drag me, because it's like this. When you have so let's say you have a great job, right? Always doing good, always doing good. Then comes somebody that you introduced. Sorry. Well, they come to the company. But yeah, you know somebody that you really want to help. Bring them to your job or stuff like that. Get the trust of your boss, because you have to really convince your boss, like, come on, man, give him a chance. You know, he's going to do good. He's going to do good. And then you step to the guy like, hey, my man, don't embarrass me, man. I put my foot on the line for you, man. They're going to chop my foot off if you mess up. He's like, nah, man, I ain't going to embarrass you. And then he ends up stealing from the company. Or if you have a friend that you bring him to the house and then he steals from the friend's house. And then they catch him right then and there, caught him with the thing in his pocket. That's humongously, hugely embarrassing for you, because you brought them in. They're going to look at you like, these are the type of friends that you hang around with, that you have among you? These are the type of people that you know? I don't know about you, man. I don't know about you. You know? Basically, that is what they did. That is what those two did unto King David. Continually, by the way. Continually. Okay, so now going back to where I was, which is, I think, here. Yeah. No. Here, sorry. Right, so... Yeah, let me read it again. Sorry. 2 Samuel chapter 19, verse 22. And David said, What have I to do with you, ye sons of Zeruiah, that ye should this day be adversaries unto me? It was most likely nearly a fight, because he's not going to just say that normally. One's opponent in a contestant, conflict, dispute, rival, enemy, foe, opponent, nemesis, you're irritating me. You know, almost came to blows, you know. He really wanted to kill Shimei. He really wanted to murder him. Shall there any man be put to death this day in Israel? For do not I know that I am this day king over Israel? It doesn't need to be proven by killing him. I know I'm the king. Now, Absalom has already passed away, and the crown is passed back unto me. The curse of the Heavenly Father has settled itself back in favor of me. So nobody's blood shall be shed today. Therefore the king said unto Shimei, Thou shalt not die. And the king sware unto him. He swore unto him, I'm not going to kill you. You know, but he had to restrain this guy. He had to restrain him, and he was not alone. He was not alone. He had this other guy that's also with him. You know, they're two little pit bulls when they're together. You know, but anyway. So going back to over here now. Okay, so going back to over here. First Kings chapter 2, verse. Okay. Verse 36. Let me see, 32. Okay. And the king sent and called Shimei, and said unto him, Build thee an house in Jerusalem, and dwell there, and go not forth thence any whither. So don't leave Jerusalem. Go build a house in Jerusalem, and don't leave. You're gonna stay there until death do you part with that city. From that city. For it shall be, this is what he told him. He told him that on the day that thou goest out and passest over the brook Kidron, which is, here's Kidron, sorry. Okay, this one is standard. I always use this one, but I needed this one for the pictures and stuff like that, for the maps and all that type of stuff. The other one was crashing. All the work that I did. So this is Kidron, right? And then Kidron is near Jerusalem. There it's there. It's in Jerusalem. Let me see if I have something. Okay, here you have Kidron again. Let me see something. Kidron. Okay, cool. That's enough. Okay. So it's here in Judah, in Jerusalem. Sorry, Jerusalem is in Benjamin, but I mean like here, Kidron is in Jerusalem. Right. Okay. So he said, the brook Kidron, which the brook. Oh, sorry. Let me show it to you again. Here, you have a brook. Here, water used to be back in the days. Water used to be here. Oh shit! I almost wanted to clink, but it's just a picture. But yeah, you had the river there, here, where the path is now. You do also have Kidron Valley. But you had a water there. Water, look, the water would have been here, you know, back in the days. Anyway, let me see. Okay. So he told them, for it shall be that on the day thou goest out and passest over the brook Kidron, which is the water, a river, thou shalt know for certain that thou shalt surely die. Thy blood shall be upon thine own head. So what did Solomon do with the wisdom? Because King David said, for thou art wise, deal with him accordingly. So King Solomon didn't kill him right then and there, because that would have been not good, to just murder him like that, to kill him like that. Wouldn't have been murder, would it? But it would have kind of been murder. But then again, it would have happened. But anyway, the point is, he didn't do it like that. He did it very cunningly and very righteously, and he did it very wise, right? He made him make a mistake. It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny, actually. Think about it. Like, okay, if you make a mistake, I'm going to kill you. I ain't going to spare. I'm going to kill you right then and there. So you don't make a mistake. So now we're going to agree on that. Like, hey, I'm not going to kill you for what you did to my father, because you did curse him, right? With a grievous curse. Okay, cool, okay. I did see him suffer when, when he was getting older and stuff like that because of you. Okay, cool, okay, cool. I'm not going to kill you. I'm not going to kill you for it. But I'm going to put down a few rules and stuff like that. And if you break those rules, I'm going to break you. And then Shimei said unto the king, the saying is good. See, he said, yeah, that's good. That's good for me. So that's good, boss. That sounds good, boss. As my lord the king had said, so will thy servant do. And Shimei dwelt in Jerusalem many days. And it came to pass at the end of 3 years, you know you done fucked up, right? You know you done fucked up, right? Right? It took you 3 years, though. You're still fucked up. That 2 of the servants of Shimei ran away out unto Achish the son of Maacah, king of Gath, which is the people in Gath are called Gittites. And they told Shimei, saying, and they told Shimei, saying, behold, thy servants be in Gath. I have here precepts, and that is mentioned to be here. 1 Kings chapter 27, 1 Samuel 27 and 2. Don't look down. Shit, I probably made you look down now. 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 27, verse 2. And David arose, and he passed over with the 600 men that were with him unto Achish, the son of Mawach, king of Gath. So see what I mean with sometimes they mess around with the scriptures, and sometimes they just have they literally have different names, like Joab, like Jacob and Israel, and also Rauel and Jethro and Raguel and Laban also named things different than what Jacob named. For example, called it. Oh, it showed up. Okay. And Laban called it, Genesis chapter 31, verse 47. And Laban called it Jagar Shahadutha, but Jacob called it Galeed. This was the language of Canaan that we had then there when we lived in Canaan. This is the language of Aram, which is from Laban, which is from Abraham, because Laban, his forefather, his grandfather is Abraham's brother. And Abraham and his brother lived in the land of Uz, in the land of Shinar. Well, the city of Uz, in the land of Shinar, which is the area of Aram, which is here. Let me show it because I'm talking. I should just show it actually. Sorry about that, all that there. So, wait a minute. Right, sorry about that. So, Ur. So it says right here, Ur. And then Abraham went to Haran. Genesis 11 explains that to you. And from Haran, he went to the land of Canaan. And Abraham spoke the language of Aram, which is this whole region. Ashur also spoke that same language. Elam too, because they are all from the same bloodline here. Same father, actually. Gen 10. As you can see here. The children of Shem. Elam is the firstborn. Ashur, he is the procreator, the forefather of the Assyrian empire, the Assyrian people. That's him. Arphaxad. He is the one that is here. Here. This whole region here. Arphaxad came here. Here. Yeah? This region. What? This is crazy. Okay. And Lud and Aram, see, they're brothers. But the people spoke this one. And Aram, then the children of Aram, Uz and Hul and Getremash and stuff like that goes so forth. And then the bloodline of ours goes to Arphaxad. The bloodline of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, it goes through Arphaxad, and then Eber, and then Peleg, and then here. First Chronicles chapter 1 verse. So Shem, and then the bloodline went to the chosen bloodline, I should say. The chosen bloodline went to Arphaxad, and then through Shelah, and then through Eber, and then to Peleg, and then to Reu, then to Seruh, then to Nahor, then to Terah, and then to Abraham, and then to Isaac, and then to Israel, Jacob. Yeah, Israel is the same. But you can also catch it here. The bloodline, which went to Arphaxad, Salah. It's spelled different here. See? See what they're doing? See what they're doing? Here it's spelled Shelah, but here it's spelled Salah. See? See they're playing around? So sometimes they're playing around, but when you read the First Chronicles, actually, by the way, Chronicles and Second Chronicles, they will butcher names. First Kings has it too. First Kings and Second Kings, First Chronicles and Second Chronicles, they butcher names. Or should I say butcher? I just say they changed it, okay? And then with the other ones, they, like Exodus, for example, sometimes they literally change the names there. Raguel into Rauel, and also Jethro and stuff like that. They do change things like that. They have more things that they changed, you know, stuff like that. But yeah, just leave it at that. Lord willing, he will guide you toward the truth. And if you can't find the truth, don't worry too much about it, because it will not be for salvation's sake. It's just going to be for explanation's sake and just peace of mind or something like that. Just want to know stuff. But he will guide you toward an indication. So there will be a scripture that will indicate something. Just like Itar, the Israelite, and Jeshar, the Ishmaelite. See? You will find out like, well, it's either one or the other. Yeah, that's it. And then you will be content with it. Lord willing, you are. Because there's many more scriptures that you should... Well, I should not say should. There's many more scriptures that you will eventually focus on, which will eventually mean greater something for you. You will often want to go back to the ones that you might not know for sure. But then again, the Heavenly Father has... He has covered everything. So he says right here, 1 Corinthians 13:9, for we know in part, and we prophesy in part. But when that which is perfect has come, Yahushai, then that which is in part shall be done away. So the things that we don't really know 100%, we're going to know. For example, whatever happened to the tribe of Dan? I don't hear about them anymore. We don't read about them anymore. After a certain particular point in time in the scriptures, you don't read about that no more. You be like, huh? Where's the tribe of Samson? It's not the tribe of Samson, but I mean like the tribe Samson was a part of. Where's that tribe? You start asking questions in your head like, huh? Where is that? But the Lord didn't give it unto us. Yeah, secrets. I like secrets. Secrets that I know of. I don't like secrets I don't know. So this is a secret that we do know of, but we just don't know what it actually, like, what. But we know that it exists. That's the secret that we know of. But we don't know about it. We know of it. Like, we know of the tribe of Dan, but we don't know about it. Like, I don't know anything about it. I'm not trying to look for it neither. My head just wanders sometimes like, So what about no. So that's just something. Okay, so now going back to over. Okay, that's the bloodline. Okay, yeah. Jacob called it the land of Canaan language, and he called it the land of Aram language. Okay, so but this one is the same chap. Well, it's the same man, but they just wrote it different and stuff like that. But Lord willing, we know what it is, so you can just find that out. Okay, so he told them you're not gonna die. Okay, so now going back over here. 1 Kings chapter 2, verse 39. And it came to pass at the end of 3 years that the 2 servants of Shimei ran away to Achish the son of Maacah, king of Gath, where King David was, by the way, a friend of King David at that. He actually really liked King David. And these people were big people. They were bigger than the Israelites, I'll tell you that. And they told Shimei, saying, because you can read about that in the book of Numbers, when they went through the land, they went through until done. So they went through, let me show you. And it was not just one moment, it was a few years. It was a few weeks. So they went from down all the way down there, here, somewhere here, down here. No, that was here somewhere. Unto Dan. And then back. Yeah, that did not happen in one day. But they said all throughout the whole land that they went, everybody were giants. They were bigger. Now you had the old giants that were here, and the old giants that were here. Arapayam. And you have also the valley of the Arapayam. You had giants here, Hebron. That's Judges chapter 5 explains 15. Judges 15. Judges 13 shows you also about all the tribes that were there in the land. You had giants in Philistine. The Philistines were giants. You had here, these Canaanites were giants. These Canaanites were giants. You had these Canaanites here were giants. Anakims, they lived here. And, sorry, let me see. You had giants here too, but... Oh yeah, the giants of Lebanon, those ones were so powerful that King Solomon couldn't beat them. Plus he sinned, so he couldn't beat them anymore. As long as... Because the Heavenly Father said, the heathen nations, they know this. They know this. Wait, let me show you. They know. They know exactly how to beat us. They know exactly. Judges chapter 5 verse. Wow, they took it away from me. The coloring, they took away the coloring. Yeah, they took away 50. I had 50 colorings here. See, that's why you need your own stuff, man. You will own nothing, and I'm not happy. Heavenly Father willing, I'm gonna get avenged for this. You know, I'm gonna get these people back, but it's all good, man. It's not all good, actually. I'm fucking pissed off, but anyway. The thing is, here, let me go find it. Here, that's what I want. So it says here, 17. And whilst they sinned not before their power, Yahweh, they prospered, because the power that hated iniquity was with them. But when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles very sore, and were led captives. Oh, slaves, shit. Yeah, they know. Into all the land that was not theirs, and the temple of their power, Yahweh, was cast to the ground, and their cities were taken by the enemies. So they know exactly that if we sin against the Lord, it's bye-bye for us. Deuteronomy chapter 29 verse 24 5. Then men shall say, 24, even all nations on the planet earth shall say, wherefore had Yahweh done thus unto this land, unto this people? the slavery, the destruction, destroyed them more like Sodom and Gomorrah or something like that. What meaneth the heat of this great anger? Why is he so angry at them? Then men shall say, because they have forsaken the covenant of Yahweh, the power of their fathers, which he made with them when he brought them forth out of the land of Mizraim. For they went and served other idols, gods, and worshipped them, gods whom they knew not, and whom he had not given unto them. And the anger of the heavenly Father Yahweh was kindled against this land and against the people, to bring upon it all the curses that are written in this book, Deuteronomy 28. Yep. And Yahweh rooted them out of their land in anger and in wrath and in great indignation, and cast them into another land as it is this day. That's what happened to us. You know, the secret things belonged unto Yahweh, the power. Well, Yahweh our power. But those things which are revealed belong unto us and to our children forever, that we may do all the words of this law. See, the secrets belong unto the Lord. But those things which are revealed unto us, that we may have. But yeah, you know. So there are certain things that are revealed unto us, so that we can teach unto our children and stuff like that, or our peers, or just people that are in our era,